Hi everyone, it's Kevin Magpie's YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video will be reviewing a round for AFL season. If you are attending Kevin Magpies, welcome, like, comment, share. If you're new to the channel, watching this for the first time, like, comment, share and subscribe. Can the Magpies continue their record against the Blues, or can Blues finally win their first game for the season? Can Geelong show up after disappointing round 3? Or will the D's finally win their first game and at GMHBA in a while? Can the Suns show their top 8 contention, or will the Crows continue their winning streak as well? Can the Tigers upset the regaining premiers, or can the regaining premiers continue on their winning ways? Can North Melbourne show the whole world what they're made of, or will the Swans make them 2-2? Can the Giants continue on their form, or can the Eagles get their wins on the board? Can the Power bounce back after a disappointing loss, or can the Saints finally beat the Power since 2020? Can the Dockers beat VFL Bulldogs, or can the VFL Bulldogs make it 3-1? Now, we'll go to Thursday night's game. I did do the review of this 8-15, 63 to 16, 46. Look, the lead was out by 33 points, and in the end, I think we just coasted that. And I thought that we played our role really well as a team. I thought we had the difficult conditions, just didn't kick straight, which I get it. Jumper clash for sure. Now, the reason why I do say this, and you look at Collingwood, Richmond, Collingwood, Essendon, right? Whenever we play Richmond, Essendon at our home game, they don't wear a clash against us. But when it's their home game, we wear a clash against them. It's the same thing against Carlton. When it's their home game, we wear a white kit. When it's our home game, they don't wear their away kit. And I think for me, it's very important that people realise that when you're up against a darker Guernsey, it does make it difficult. Why do you think that you don't have the Bulldogs, that Bulldogs will wear a white clash kit against Freo? Because therefore, a lot of blue with red and white, that could probably cause a little bit of a clash as well. The same thing in this situation. If they wore their white kit or wore a sky navy blue, it actually would make it a lot easier for viewing wise for people that can see. Not many people can see some people might be colorblind. So it could be confusing for them. So I do think that we need to be very careful in that. Look, Carlton known for. Look, I was happy about that performance from the boys, but also the fact is now Carlton's under a lot of pressure, and there's no guarantees that they'll beat West Coast at the Adelaide Oval, guys. That is a true thing. Being at the game on Thursday night, and yes, I know that West Coast played on Sunday, and blah 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 blah, and you probably think, oh, they should be freshened up for that. But let's be honest, right? They struggle in second halves. Again, that's the issue. It's the coaching, it's the fitness as well. Certainly does get to them as well. Geelong won by 39 points, 12-13, 85 to 16-46. Now, Melbourne were very competitive and were in this game as well throughout it, but they only lost by 39 points. So the difference for me is that Melbourne just bombed the ball when they didn't need to and gave Geelong a lot of marks. So there's certainly some improvement in Melbourne. It got the Bombers at the Adelaide Oval. It's nobody's advantage there, so it should be interesting to see what happens, but we'll find out. Adelaide and the Suns played in a classic game. Suns winning by 1 point 13-30-91 to 14-6-90. Look, the AFL admit they got the decision wrong with Isaac Rankin. There should have been a free kick or mark either way. Look, I think the Gold Coast Suns played real well. There's no guarantees that he could have kicked that. If he could have kicked that, then the Suns can respond. So you can't really say that too much. You know that it's all about swings and roundabouts. Now, while people might complain about the free kick count, 25-14, might have a bit of one, but those free kicks were there. So you can't really say too much on that, but it was a really good performance as well from the Gold Coast Suns to win by a point. Look, Adelaide had their chances as well, but at the end of the day, it was a good win. Brisbane led by 55 points, then Richmond stormed back, but the Lions 18-10, 118 to 13-12, 90. Look, Brisbane played really good football. They did stop after 3/4 time, to be fair, but you look at the way Richmond are, they're playing, because they got kids in, they're actually playing really good football. And you just know exactly what you're going to get. So it was a good win. And don't get me wrong, by Brisbane, they showed what they're capable of. But having said that, it is a bit disappointing as well. We'll see what happens in the next few weeks as well. Especially Gathwell and Richmond's got Fremantle. I think Bulldogs have got, Brisbane Lions got the Bulldogs as well. Now, Sydney Swans winning by 65 points, 89-117 to 84-52. Disappointing from the Swans. They were okay at the start, and I'd say they were a little bit competitive from that first quarter. But having said that too, they were appalling. They did what they needed to do, and they got the job done. They played 4 quarters in which you expect. I certainly don't expect too much out of that performance, but you do think that Sydney did enough throughout the whole game to play really, really good football. Now, the Giants won by 81 points, 20-12, 132 to 79, 51. Now, what a game of football. Watched a little bit on that because I was streaming the game between the Power and the Saints, but Lachie Whitfield had 35 disposals. I thought he was sensational. Jesse Hogan had 9 goals straight with 10 marks and 12 disposals. Connor Iden had 21, and Harry Himmelberg had 25. Josh Cully had 29 as well. So really good stuff from the Giants. Played really good football and dominated right from the start as well. They did not at all give up any leads, so very good performance indeed by the Giants, and hopefully there is more to come out of that. The Saints get a job by 17 points, 13-11, 89 to 10-12, 72. Now there were some umpiring decisions that went Port Adelaide's way as well. And while the free kick count was 24-22, and yes, the Saints led by 31 points in that second quarter, but you could tell some of the calls were terrible. But having said that, I'm not going to mention too much about the umpiring because you win some, you lose some, and people are going to say, oh, well, you complain because Collingwood got some, but I think as well, you look at the way that they played the Power. Yes, they were competitive at times, and they stuck at it throughout the whole game, but having said that too, St Kilda were just good. I did say on my stream they can kick, whoever can kick the first goal would be crucial, and it was neck and neck as well. St Kilda's behinds that they kicked really got them, a further up in front as well, and that's probably the reason why. Great win. A lot of question marks is on Kenny Inclean. He's under a lot of pressure. Whether or not they do it now or they wait, who knows. And the Dockers winning by 16 points. Very tight affair. 15-7, 97 to 12-9, 81. the biggest lead that they had was 32 points in the second quarter. So, look, I still think it's a brave performance from the Bulldogs. 2-2 is not too bad. But having said that, Dockers got the job done. Even without Treloar and Bontempelli as well, you have to win on how you play as well. So I'm really looking forward to it. Hawthorn Essendon have the bye. Cannot wait for Gather Round to stream the Collingwood and Sydney game. And who knows what else I got planned as well. Don't forget to drop a like, drop a sub. Bye for now.